Hi, welcome to Driving TV, and I hope you are well, and welcome to another Friday. And in this episode we're going to talk about the day of your driving test. It's a big day for you. This is the reason why you've been learning, so that you could go and pass your test. So today in this episode we're going to talk about on the day of your driving test. Let's start the episode. Okay, so the day of your driving test. The whole reason you've been learning so that you could go to your test and you could pass your driving test. So for the day you're going to have your driving test, you need to prepare yourself, not just physically, but also mentally. You need to be ready for the day. You need to make sure that you know exactly what you need to do. Have a picture in your mind the day. That way you know exactly what's going to happen and you know exactly what you need to do. Remember, driving test, it's not a joke. It's not something you just wake up and you go and you pass your driving test. It's not going to happen. You have to be ready physically and mentally. Just knowing how to drive is not enough. Otherwise, everyone would pass. Most people who goes to the test, not all pass the test. Eventually they pass, but there are many who fails. Why? Not because they don't know how to drive the car. If they can't drive, obviously they're not going to go to the driving test. They know how to drive the car, but they still fail. So let's talk about the day of a driving test. So today it's a driving test. So what have you done? Have you prepared yourself? What is the preparation? It's your test. No one's going to do it for you. You have to go and do the driving and pass. So what have you done? What is your preparation? So on the day, what are you going to do? If I were you, I would prepare myself. Before the test, I would go for a run, I would go for a walk, I would have a shower, and I would have breakfast if it's in the morning, or have some kind of food which is going to give you the energy. Going for a walk, it's good for you because your body is woken. It gives you that lift, it gives you that energy for you to be ready mentally. For you to be ready, you need that walk. I always say, before you do anything you need to do in life, doesn't have to be just driving. Always prepare yourself by go for a walk, go for a run, go for a jog, and then have a shower. Why? Because water in your body is good for you. It keeps you relaxed. It makes you think better. So walking, having a shower, and also some kind of food. If it's in the morning, have a breakfast. If not, if it's in the afternoon, have some kind of snack. Something that light but not heavy. And that's going to give you the energy that you need for the test. Okay, so go for a walk, have a shower, and have something to eat. This is my advice to you, is to do that on the day of your test. Secondly, do something good on the day or day before. Do something good. Maybe help your parents, help your friend, do some kind of charity. Why? Because when you do something good, it makes you feel good. And when you feel good, what does that do? Mentally you feel happy, you feel motivated, you feel inspired because you've done something good. So do something good before the test. That way you know you've done something good and good should happen to you. I remember, and I always say this to my learners before the test, I always say to them that do something good. And I remember once one of my people, after the test, obviously he was happy, he passed his test, and he said that the advice you gave me to do something good, I woke up in the morning and I couldn't find anything. I was thinking what to do. I couldn't find what can I do to do something good on the day. So I took the bin out. I thought I'm going to take the bin out so my parents should be happy. As I was taking the bin out, I saw this cat just sitting in front of the door, just outside where the door is. So then I went inside the house and put some milk on a pot and I put in front of the cat. I went in, I got ready, and as I was leaving, there's no cat there, and I saw this pot, there's no milk in there. And I felt good. I felt I'd done something good. I fed the cat. The cat wasn't even mine. It was just random cat just sitting outside. So I fed the cat and I felt good. Now I'm not saying he passed because he fed the cat. All I'm saying is do something good. It's going to make you feel good. That is not the only reason why you're going to pass. I'm saying you are preparing yourself for the test. When you do something good, good will happen to you. And when you do something good, you feel good. You feel motivated. You feel inspired because you did something good. So do something good if you can on the day, or maybe day before. Then on the day, if you are going with your driving instructor, your instructor will come maybe an hour before to have a lesson. And if you're going with your parents or family, make sure you go out about at least an hour before the test, if not hour and a half. Just go and do some driving. Now, if there's something that you feel you're not good at, or something is bugging you in your mind, make sure you work on that. Why? Because even if you don't get that in the test, because you have a problem on that, maybe parking, maybe roundabouts, maybe junctions, something that is bugging you, something that you feel less confident in, I would go and work on that. That way, even if you don't get that in the test, knowing that you've worked on that, knowing that you practiced on that, it's not going to bother you in your mind. Because remember, your mind needs to be stable. It needs to be stress-free. And if there's something bugging you, it's going to affect your mind. It's going to affect your thinking. Your focus is not going to be good as it should. So make sure if there's something bugging you, work on that thing in that hour or hour and a half before the test. If you are going with a driving instructor, just say to him or her, just say that if it's okay, I'd like to work on the roundabouts, or I'd like to work on that corner over there where we did last week. I didn't do good. Maybe there's a corner, maybe an area where you don't feel comfortable. Maybe you just want to go and brush on that. And then work on general driving. Just relax. Don't do anything heavy. Just drive. And then go through your maneuvers, go through the parkings, do the emergency stop just to remind yourself, go through the show me, tell me questions. And feel relaxed, okay? Don't rush. I always say 1 hour is okay, but hour and a half is always best, or maybe 2 hours. Sometimes 2 hours can be too long. Hour and a half is best, because 1 hour you can be rushed. It can be you're rushing everything. You don't want to rush. You want to go to the test with a free mind, okay? So you want to do all the driving, you want to do the parking, you want to do the emergency stop, you want to go through all the questions. You're going to have some questions which you're going to ask your driving instructor. So you need some time. I don't want you to. The last thing you need is go and try to do everything within an hour and rushing yourself and go to the test with a rush mind, with a mind which is in a high speed. You want to go, relax. And for you to do that, you need some time in the beginning of your test. So before the test, if you do go for an hour, which is fine, but just don't rush anything, okay? Don't try to do everything in that hour. Also, don't leave anything for that hour. That's another thing I like to remind you, is that even though I said that if there's something bugging you, go and work on that, it doesn't mean that there's something you haven't done at all and you're leaving it for the last minute and you want to do it on that day. Don't do that. Make sure everything you need to do on the test, it is done before the day of your test. So all the drivings, all the parkings, everything should be done before the day of your test, so that you know you've done everything you need, you have it, and you know it. If you are learning and you need help on learning and passing the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course. The course gives everything a learner needs to learn to drive and to pass the driving test. It has everything a learner needs. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read, and if you like it, you could always join the course. So then you've done the driving, you're going to go into the test center. Make sure when you go, make sure you take your license with you. If you got the photo license, the photo card ID license, then that's all you need. But if you got the paper license, which I'm sure you don't have, but if you do, then you're going to need some kind of photo ID. So maybe your passport you will need. But I'm sure you don't have the paper, you have the photo license. Take that with you. Make sure don't leave that at home, because then you're not going to have time to come back and get your license. If you don't have your license with you, you won't be able to do the test. Go into the test center maybe 10 minutes before, not before that, 5-10 minutes before the time of your test, because there are others who are finishing the test. So you don't want to go and disturb them. You want to go when they've done the test and they've gone. So 5-10 minutes before the test, go into the test center, reverse into a bay, not going forward, because otherwise you have to reverse out. So reverse into a bay facing out, so that it'll be easier for you to get out. Then you go into the test center and take your seat. Examiner is going to come out, call your name. When they do, give them a smile. It's always best to start with a smile. They're going to ask for your driving license. Give them the license. And they're going to ask you to read and sign. And then they're going to say, is this your email address? Check it if it's yours, because that's where they're going to send the report after the test. So make sure you check if that is your email address. Check it, sign it, and then they're going to say, show me the way to your car. So then you go out. So you go out to the car park of the test center and you're going to show, that's my car over there. Then they're going to ask you to read a number plate to check your eyesight. Make sure if you need glasses or contacts, take care with you. Because if you can't read a number plate, that's it. You will fail your test for eyesight. Okay, so read the number plate and then you're going to go into the car. Before going in, they might ask you the show me tell me questions to open the bonnet. They could either ask you to open the bonnet. If not, they're going to ask you inside the car. Okay, so if they say open the bonnet, make sure you know the car that you've taken to the test, you know how to open the bonnet, you know where things are. Then you go into the car, take your seat, make sure you put your seatbelt on. So take your seat, make sure you're comfortable, put your seatbelt on. And then the examiner is going to ask you maybe a question. If they haven't done it already, they show me tell me questions. So one they will tell you as you are starting, and then another one to show him or her maybe a question, put the wiper on, open your window, something like that. And the reason they ask you to do that while you are driving is to see if you could do it without losing the control of your car. So if the examiner says to you, can you please put the wiper on? As you are trying to put the wiper on, make sure the car doesn't lose control. Make sure you know where the car is going. Be focused. Because if you lose control, you will fail your test. Okay, so take your time. When the examiner asks you to do something, take your time. You don't have to do it there and there as they've said to you. Make sure you wait. When they say put the wiper on, take a deep breath. When it's good time, put it on. Make sure you know where the car is going, and then take it off and you drive as normal. Okay, and then the examiner is going to say to you the test is going to be around 38 to 40 minutes, and in that you will drive for 20 minutes of independent driving. And then I'm going to give you one parking, and you might do an emergency stop. You might, which means you might get it, you might not. If you get it, they're going to just tell you randomly. They will ask you to stop somewhere safe on the left, and then they're going to tell you that we're going to do emergency stop. If they don't stop you and tell you, you're not going to get it. So don't wander the whole test thinking that you could come anytime. No. If you're going to get it, like I said, 1 in 3 gets it. If you get it, they will ask you to stop, and then they're going to tell you. If they don't tell you, that means you're going to get it. And then they're going to say, okay, when you're ready, can you start the car and drive on out of the gate? Please go left or right. Done. Now it's your job to drive for 40 minutes. It is your day. Remember, you've done all the trainings, you've done all the driving, you know what to do. You just have to perform on the day. Be focused. Make sure you know exactly what you need to do. Make sure you are focused. So now it's your moment, okay? You just have to drive for 40 minutes, that's all. I mean, you've been having lessons for an hour, 2 hours with the driving instructor. Now, just 40 minutes, that's all, okay? So take a moment. You've got the seatbelt on. Just focus for a few seconds. Take a deep breath. And start the car. Just focus, okay? Make sure you don't have anything big on the day. Today is a big day for you. I don't want you to have any problem in your mind. So if you've got something you need to do afterwards, leave that outside of your car. Don't think of that, okay? This is not your concern now. Your concern now is that 40 minutes. You need to perform in that 40 minutes. What you need to do after your test, that's it afterwards, okay? Now, all the problems should be outside your car. Now, focus fully on your driving test, okay? So take a deep breath, start the car, and then as you're leaving, make sure the first impression is really important. Get the car ready. So look around, look at the blind spot, put the signal on if you need to. Go off the gate, going left or right. Make sure you put the signal on as you are going left or right. First 5 minutes, give 110%. Because if something goes wrong in that 5 minutes, the whole 40 minutes is going to be like 40 years for you. Because that's going to bug you. That's going to give you problems in your mind. So give 110% in that first 5 minutes. If the first 5 minutes goes well, trust me, the rest of the time is going to go really quickly. It's just going to go like 30 seconds. You're not going to even feel it because you are feeling good. You are feeling you are doing good. So first 5 minutes, give 110%. Give everything you have in that 5 minutes. That way, if that goes well, trust me, the remaining 35 minutes is going to go flying colors. It's just going to go piece of cake for you. And just to remind you, if something goes wrong in the test, you can't give up. Because there are some things you're going to do in the test you're not going to be happy with. That's human nature. You're going to feel that I could have done that better, or the thing that I've done over there, is that a fail? And if you think that, what's going to happen? That's going to bug you. That's going to give you problems in your mind. If you do something wrong, just let it go and just keep on doing, because you don't know if that's pass or fail. Don't judge, because remember, you're not the examiner, okay? You are the person who needs to drive, and the examiner's job is to test you, is to examine you, and then to tell you whether you passed or you failed. It is not your job to be the judge and make the decision thinking, this is a fail, I'm just going to give up. You can't do that. You have to give 100%. Even if you do something which you feel, so maybe the examiner said for you to stop somewhere safe on the left, and you touch the pavement or something, or you hit the pavement. Now you might think it's a fail. It could be. That's not the point. The point is, I've had many touching the pavement and passing the test. What if that wasn't fail? What if the examiner decided it was just a touch? He's not going to fail you for that. But you've decided it's a fail and you gave up. What's going to happen? You're going to do something silly afterwards, and you're going to realize that you didn't fail for that. You failed something after. But because you gave up, that's the reason why you did other problems. So it is not your job to decide and to be the judge of your driving. That's not your job. Your job is to drive. That's the reason why you're here. You paid for the test. It is your moment. It is your time. You're going to go and you're going to perform. You're going to give your 100%. At the end, if you fail, you fail. You're going to go back and do it again. That kind of mentality you need for you to pass. You can't think, I have to pass. Who said you have to pass? You don't have to pass. If you fail, what's going to happen? Nothing going to happen. The world is going to be exactly as it is. You're going to go home and do the things as normal. Nothing going to change. The only thing is, you failed and it's delayed for you to get a license. You just have to go another day and pass. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that the world is going to change for you. And the reason I'm saying this to you is because if you think that I have to pass, then it is more, then you are putting yourself at risk. You're not giving any choice to your mind. And that is bad. That is dangerous actually in your mind. You can't think that you have to pass. Who said you have to pass? You don't have to pass. You're going to go and you're going to give 100%. If you fail, no problem. You're going to go back and do it again. You need that kind of mentality. You need that flexibility in your mind. That way, not only you're going to have the flexibility in your mind, you're going to go and perform better, because you know that if I fail, it doesn't make any difference. If you think you have to pass, that's a problem. Then everything that you do, you're going to think is a problem. And when you do something bad, you're going to think, is that a fail? And because of that thinking that I have to pass, it's going to give you problems, okay? So don't think you have to pass. Of course you're going to pass, because you know how to drive the car. You're going to go and you're going to give 100% and you're going to pass. But it doesn't mean you have to pass. That kind of mentality is going to help you to pass your test. So then you go and drive, and hopefully at the end, when you come back, the examiner is going to say, I am pleased to say you have passed. Congratulations. And done. That's the end of the test. So I wish you all the best for your big day. I hope everything goes well for you. I hope this video helps. If you need extra help on learning to drive and to pass a driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course, which gives everything a learner needs. The course has more than 30 videos on the course, and the course is for manual and automatic. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read. If you like it, you could always join the course. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please do give a thumbs up. Please do make a comment what you think of the video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos, and hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.